This is going to be fun. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us at My Legal Software. Today, we have a very special attorney with us, Surya Rahman, who is the managing attorney of Gehi Associates. Welcome, Surya.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
That's wonderful. So, Ms. Rahman, how do you like our software?
Well, I've been using it for some time now, and I find it great. Out of all of the other softwares I've used, it's one of the best, easy to use. It helps me keep track of everything, so I wouldn't be able to practice without it. So I appreciate it very much.
That is fabulous to hear. So for the people that are watching, could you actually tell them which features actually stand out for you the most?
Yeah, so there's so many features. So the one that I frequently use as a managing attorney, I use the task feature a lot. It helps me keep track of assignments that I make to the support staff, to paralegals, to anyone really, to law clerks. And it really helps because it allows you to set deadlines, and it allows you to reassign the task very easily. So it's it anticipates the needs of a practicing attorney, and all the features are there. So you asked me about which features I liked the most. So the task feature is great. The report feature is great. I can pull any report by any parameter, for example, by tasks that are overdue if I assign things to support staff. And maybe I want to see if they were completed on time, and that we're on track to get the filing done by the deadline. I can pull the report by overdue tasks. So the report feature is very nice. It's I like the uploads. I can access, it's web-based.
Fabulous.
I can access it from anywhere. I could be at the airport on waiting for my flight. I can just pull it up on my laptop and get a little bit of work done while I'm just sitting there waiting for my flight. So there's more, but I think those are my top three.
Oh, that's wonderful. So would you mind if I pull up my screen, and then we can show the viewers of how an attorney in a busy law firm actually goes through a system, and how easy it can actually be for an attorney and their firm?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure. Is my screen visible?
Yes, it is.
Okay, so as we know, the moment we do log on, we go straight into our dashboard. Correct? And with having your dashboard as well, Ms. Rahman, is your Google synced to your calendar?
Yes, it is. Yes.
How does that benefit you?
So it's it's a seamless integration. It shows up on my Google Calendar, which in turn syncs onto my iPhone. So everything that needs, that I can see my day right there on my iPhone. I can pull up my calendar. And it's real time. So as soon as something is getting added or deleted, it's syncing up to my Google Calendar and it's syncing up to my iPhone. So that is very helpful.
That is fabulous. And to touch on some other important features as well, with all the other attorneys that I do work, how does the mail feature assist you?
Yes, the mail is actually a great feature as well, because it helps me keep track of all the mail that's being sent out, and also the mail that we receive, which is very helpful in just maintaining professional responsibility requirements, to make sure we meet legal deadlines, make sure we're in compliance with the CPLR, or this, make sure we meet the statute of limitations, or, whatever it may be. If there's a requirement that we, a discovery request, and we're required to file a response within 30 days, we know exactly the day that the mail was received. And sometimes, the postmark date doesn't match the actual mailing date, the date on the document itself, on the decision or the motion. So it's really helpful to have this report, which all those things can be easily audited. And also for outgoing mail, that's helpful because it's a very easy way to measure productivity. You can easily, pull how many applications were mailed by any certain branch, or, however your practice is divided up into departments or groups. And, it's a very easy way to measure the productivity of the team.
Oh, that is fabulous. I'm actually glad that you actually brought up some of the features in the mail feature. And as we go on as well, there's something particular I wanted to ask you. And a lot of the other clients who I've spoken to said they did not have this in their current versions. How does the audit feature assist a massive firm like yours?
Okay, so if you want to click on it.
Yeah, I'm going into it for you.
Okay, so there's a lot of options here. This is kind of the report feature I was talking about earlier. You can pull any kind of report that you want based on any metric. You can pull accounting reports, as you see there, events, meaning the events on the calendar, a timesheet. The timesheet is really helpful. If you want to click on that, we can talk more about the timesheet audit.
Sure, let's do that.
So if you have a team that works remotely, or you just kind of want to see what's how your firm is spending time, this is a great feature to track of your employees, how much time they're spending on each task. And it doesn't necessarily have to be associated with any particular case. You can, as you see there where it says no case attached, for example, if one of your employees or yourself, you can also keep track of your own time. If you spent 2 hours on in a meeting, on a management meeting, not related to any specific case, you can see that. And then this is linked to the hourly billing feature we have, which breaks down how much time is spent per case. We can talk about that later. So this is a great feature as well.
That is actually fabulous. So on the billing feature, no matter who works on a particular case, it would be billed accordingly to the assigned person. That's what you're saying.
I'm sorry.
So if you have a paralegal and you have an attorney, a lead attorney on one case, so the billing would work accordingly. So if the attorney's fees is like $1,000 and the paralegals is $500, when they work on the same case, whoever works on it will be, so they can bill separately. Is that what you're
That's
saying?
correct. That's correct. Every user has their own set hourly rate, which you can input whatever you want it to be, and it'll calculate based on that.
Wow, that is fabulous.
Mhm.
So folks, if you are listening out there, the audit feature is actually going to benefit your team. So Mr. Rahman, moving on, if you need to communicate with your client, how do you do it?
So we there's a feature for texting on the SMS dashboard. There's also the client portal.
So this would be the SMS dashboard.
Mhm. And this will send a text to your client, and at the same time, it will save your text message in the case notes section of the case page. So there's a record of all communication that was made through this app. Another way to communicate is through the client portal, and if you want to click on that, Mike.
Yes, I'm moving that to you for you. There we go. Client portal access.
So the client will have their own login, and they will be able to log into their page, which they don't see everything that you see for the client, obviously, because work products that you don't want just floating out there. So they have their own page, and so the client can upload their documents here. They can also see their billing history. They can see what hearings or important dates they have coming up under upcoming events. They can upload documents, if I didn't mention that already. So
yes, you did. So when it comes to the document, so you can send them an intake form, correct?
Yes, I send them an intake form, upload the documents,
and then your case documents as well. So it can go work vice versa. So you send through to them, and they will send it back to you.
Right. Yes, it's a two-way.
And everything that comes back, it auto populates the system, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Wonderful. All right. And as for the invoices, paid up invoices would show as well as outstanding invoices. Am I correct?
Yes. They can see their entire billing history.
So we can see an unpaid invoice. So we can see some paid ones in a bit. Seeing that this is a test system, but whenever it gets paid, it would say paid and everything, nothing outstanding.
Right. And if they have multiple cases with the firm, they'll be able to see all of their cases on the portal.
That's wonderful. Back into this. So there's something in particular where we actually upgraded the system. You do know about that, Mr. Rahman. On the dashboard, when you're creating a case, client's details, you click on send, and an intake is sent instantly to the client, where they would log on to the client portal, fill in the information, send it back through to you. It will auto-populate the system, and you have all the basic information of the client where you can start the case from there onwards.
This is actually a new feature I was not familiar with, so I'm learning something.
Yes. So this is a new upgrade. That is why I brought you in today, because you know the system very, very well. And this was something new I wanted to launch with you as well.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
So it's really simple now. The name, the last name, contact number, and email address. You can click send intake form to client. Like, you will have to select your case types. The branch we would be in New York. You'll assign your attorneys, save and continue, and it's good to go. When the client fills out their form and they send it back to the client portal, the system will auto-populate and you have all the information you need.
Yeah, that's amazing. I'm sure it knows their address and social security number better than I do.
Everything, yes.
Yeah.
So every single information you would have, including their height, including their weight, their things that you need to know when filling out like your I-130s and 400s. All the information would be there with you. So you can start filling out the forms, get it signed off, start using the mail feature to send off your mail to the USCIS. It's that simple.
It's great.
Okay, just wanna just stop sharing the screen for a bit. We'll come back to this. Okay, just want to find out touch on one more point with you. Do you have a card system integrated in your with your how should I put it? A card system with the software? Do you have something that's infrastructure into the company for billing?
What system? A
Okay,
card
so a card
for
system,
credit
yeah.
cards?
Credit card system.
Yes, there's integration with Card Knocks, I believe.
Yes. And how does that actually work for you? Does it save you money? Does it make you spend more money?
It certainly saves us time and money, because we're no longer having to manually take payments. The client can independently go on the payment portal and just make the payment. So that is certainly saving us time.
That is wonderful. And when it comes to the interviews with your clients, how does the WebEx integration or the Zoom integration work for you on the system?
I have not had a chance to use that feature yet. So if you want to tell me more about it, then maybe I can learn two things today.
Sure. Okay, so let me just get into the system once again. Just bear with me. Okay, sorry about that, Mr. Rahman. I think with the update, it actually just came off. I would have to speak to IT about that right now. So what happens is, let me just explain it to you. We have a WebEx integrated into the system as well as Zoom. So if you need to have an interview with the client and the client cannot come through to the office, you can just send them a link directly from My Legal software, your immigration speed software. They would receive their link via the client dashboard. They would have a time, like how we set up a time for a meeting. Once they click on it, they will both join onto the meeting and you can have your interview. Obviously, you can set it to record as well. Once it's recorded, you can have your files uploaded as well to the system under your case. It's that simple.
That sounds like it could be a very helpful feature. So I'd like to learn more about that. Maybe we can learn more offline. But yeah, that would
most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely. So I think we should have some questions that have come in. Could we have a look? Sorry, just checking. So one of the questions was, can I use the software to generate and send invoices to clients with my customized law firm's name? So yeah, you would be the right person to answer that because I know the answer already.
Yeah, we do it all the time. It's done through the client portal, and that's how they see their invoices. So you can certainly do that. Yes, and it's very helpful.
Okay, so once the invoice is sent to them, can the client download it or does it stay on the portal?
I believe they can download it.
Yes, wonderful, wonderful. Yes, yes, they can download the document as well, and it can be saved under the client portal where they can go back and view it for accounting purposes as well as for the client. And for you as well, you can download it and archive it. But with our system, it's actually a paperless system. So it is saved on the cloud. So there shouldn't be any problems with accessing it at a later stage. So all your files for the case can be scanned and uploaded to that case number. And that's how we can go forward with it. One of another question that actually came up was, this is a very nice one. How long does it take to learn how to use the software? Well, I need training. Surya, how long did it take you to learn the software with me and my team?
It was very easy to learn. I think I got a very good understanding in maybe a few hours, an hour, 2 hours. And of course, as I'm using it over time, I'm getting to know it, all these little features that I was unaware of before, every day I'm learning a new feature, but to really understand it, maybe it took 1-2 hours.
Wow, that is fabulous. Because I remember when we did do our session, it was literally about an hour and a half to 2 hours. And you started telling me how things need to be done. And I was like, okay, wow, she can go on her own now. So that was fabulous. So another feature to actually touch on as well, which we just kind of missed. When it comes to the card features, in certain states, you as an attorney are allowed to actually pass on the buck to the client. Am I correct?
Yes.
To our viewers out there, Surya, would you like to explain how that works to them, seeing that you use it constantly?
Yeah. So if you want to pass the fee to your client, you can include a charge within the invoice as an administrative fee, so that the client pays it. So the software really pays for itself. And the pricing model for my legal software, I believe it's per case. So
Yes. So we do have two options. You have your licensing fee and you've got your pay per client. So I think you're actually working on a pay per client feature, if I'm not mistaken. So to the viewers out there, how it actually works is you have a licensing fee. You can pay once off for the year per user. There is a particular amount. If you want to know more, please contact me at 934 LawTech or drop me an email, mike.mo@mylegalsoftware.com, and I'll be glad to assist you with any questions you might have. So going back to that particular cost price. So a pay-per-client feature actually works on every client that you add into the software. You would pay a user, let's just say a client fee. You would pay ILS back. And in order to actually understand how that process works to the viewers out there, I would suggest actually booking a demo with us, and we can explain it to you, show you how it's done, and how you can use the software for free, like how Ms. Rahman is actually using the software for free. And believe me, it will save you a lot of money and a lot of time. And the backup service we have behind it with the IT team, with the customer service team, everyone will be with you one step of the way to assist in learning the software, finding out new things. If you need something integrated into the system, we will look into it. We will be there with you all the way. So going back into the, I see some other questions are popping up, Ms. Rahman. One of the questions was, can I collaborate with clients and colleagues to improve communication? And you use the feature every day?
Oh yes, I mean it's always open on my browser. It's just everything is recorded there. Every conversation that I have with the client calls me and we have a conversation. I put in the notes right away. I assign a task if it's required. I do that right away. At the same time, I make the note. I'm logging in how much time I spent. So it's the whole practice is operated around this software.
All right, that's fabulous. I see things are a bit heated up today. There is quite a few questions coming in. Here's another one. My law firm consists of 8 to 10 attorneys and 2 paralegals. how many users can be accessible to the platform? Ms. Rahman, could you tell the audience out there how many employees are in your firm?
We have a lot. I think maybe over 100. So everyone's got an account.
Wow, so over 100. So literally, folks out there, what we can actually tell you is there is, I could say you could go up to 250. If your firm is that big, you could have that amount of users on it. Everyone has access to it, but we would have your super admins who would actually control the system to make sure that everything is run accordingly and run smoothly. Surya, might you have a question for me? Something we could show the folks on the software.
I mean, there's a lot of new features that I didn't know about. So, are there any other new features I could possibly learn about today?
Okay, let's have a look. I'll go through it right now with you. And for the immigration attorneys out there, one of the most important features, I would say, on the system itself is the forms from the USCIS. So if we had to actually go and click onto resources, all the USCIS forms would actually pop up. So Ria, does this actually benefit you in the firm, having access to the documents?
Yeah, and I think when the client fills out their information through the client portal, the information that's requested is based on the most updated version of these forms. So that's certainly helpful. Yeah.
All right, that's actually good to know. And do you use the external resources as well if you need further assistance?
Yes, and that keeps everyone on for things like retainers or intake sheets. So it keeps everyone on the same page. Like, this is the version, this is the most updated version, this is what we're using now.
Okay, wonderful. Just another very important feature to actually touch on as well is the front desk. So to the viewers out there, you have your receptionists, you have your ladies at the front end or your gents at the front end, and often capturing information like a client walks to the door, they write it on a piece of paper, and then in the next hour or so, the paper is lost without proper capturing. So Rhea, how does the front desk actually assist your firm?
So it helps us keep track of who we've met with. So, they can fill out this. We have an iPad set up in our reception, and we have the client fill this out. Much like how you go to a doctor's office and you plug in just your basic information.
Yes.
When you're in the waiting room. So they can fill this out, and then we have the information there. And then we can add our notes to it once the
client has been intaken into the system. So
right.
Just to touch on that as well with Mr. Rahman, on the intake system for your receptionists, so they don't lose any documents or misplace files. Once the client walks to the door as a prospective client, all the information can be filled out right here in front of the client. Okay, they don't have to actually see the dashboard, but the questions can be asked. Your receptionist can actually fill it in. Once that is done, they can add it onto the system, and they can put it designated towards an attorney. If the attorney accepts the case, then an appointment would be made to actually visit or to the client to visit the attorney, and then you can start your reports from there. Your court cases, going to court, interviews, you would have a fun time with that afterwards. So the front desk is a massive feature for a very big firm. So it will actually assist in getting your new clients, onboarding them, and keeping track of everything that's going on. Do you have anything else to mention about that, Surya?
No, I mean, if there's you can there's other tabs there, so you can
so we can just pop through it. So like once the intake is actually done, I mean, it pops up just here. Their status can be booked for an appointment. You can see the appointments. You would have follow-ups. If the attorney wants to have a follow-up with the client, you can see the intake status reports, as you can see. And you can see the rejected list as well, and your message logs for it. Wonderful. So we're moving on for a bit, Surya. I just have just a few more questions for you. And one of them is, when a case is assigned to you, you receive a notification, correct?
Yes, the notification comes through that little bell on the upper right-hand corner. Whenever a case is assigned to me or to anyone else in the firm.
You mean like right there? Yes.
Right.
All right.
Or a task.
So if you are actually really busy and you cannot take the case, what option do you have that could actually send it back to the person who assigned the case to you?
Say that again.
Okay, so do you have the option where you can reject the case so it can be sent back to the person who created it and have it reassigned?
You know, I'm not sure. I've never rejected a case. So
no, with you I understand, but I'm just noticing the features that you get attorneys that are.
If you want to click on the bell, we can look into that, because I didn't know that was an option. Now that I know it's an option, maybe I'll use it.
So I mean, you do get the options to actually reject and accept a case.
Oh,
okay, so actually going to show it to you there, right? But what happens is, let's see. Let me see if I can show it to you. If there's a case created. Okay, so all these cases have been accepted. So what happens is, when the case is assigned to you, you can just view it on your notifications. You have a tab at the top, the little bell, and you have a notifications bar here at the bottom. So when you click on it, you see all of them says accepted, accepted, rejected. So there's an action button that pops up here.
Okay.
When you click on the action button, it will ask you, do you want to accept or reject? If you accept the case, then it's assigned to you, you take action with it. When you reject the case, it's actually sent back to the person who created it, and then they can reassign it. And in the chat feature here, you can actually message the person and tell them why you rejected it. Could be possibly you have court the entire week, or for the next month, you are fully booked for trial, and then they would reassign it to the next person. That's how simple it is. And actually, to touch back on the position with you that you mentioned, how you keep in touch and with all the employees, you use this feature here, your chat feature, the in-group. Ms. Rahman?
Yes. Yes.
So you communicate here with them. And if you want to put out announcements to the entire group, do you actually use the announcement feature?
Yes, if there's something new, some new announced by immigration, or whatever field you're working in, so let everyone in your on your team know about updates.
That is fabulous. So I have another question for you. Many times when I am actually doing a demonstration with various attorneys, because this is being an immigration software. Now I know the answer to this, so I really want to ask you. They often ask me, is this just based for immigration attorneys only? And what is your answer to that? No, because I
practice matrimonial law, I practice litigation, so I certainly for those types of cases as well. So it's for general practice also. So all of the same features are useful for cases. We have deadlines in all cases. We have appearances in all types of cases. Record conversations with clients, memorialize conversations with clients and interactions with clients. So all of these features are available in general practice. So in the general practice version of it's helpful in those types of cases as well.
That is actually fabulous. So people out there, please take note of this, that it's not only an immigration software. If you are practicing immigration and any other areas of practice, this would be the one for you. It is actually a very convenient system that will take you less than 3 hours to actually learn, and you would get a one-on-one training with an attorney. I could even have Mr. Rahman train you as well to actually use the system. That's if Mr. Rahman does not stop me from doing that.
What's that? I missed that.
Let me just stop sharing this. So what I did mention was any person that signs up for a demo, I would personally give them the demo myself. And if they need additional training, I could get them one of the leading attorneys at Gehi Associates, which is Mr. Rahman, to give them a one-on-one training.
Oh, did I just get signed up for training? Yeah, I mean, it's a great software. So I wouldn't mind assisting any attorney and showing them really practically speaking how this software helps me or could help you with your practice.
How does the software handle communications? So is that the question that you just asked me?
I'm sorry.
Did you ask me a question?
Did I ask you a question?
Yeah, I thought you asked me a question.
No, I didn't ask any question.
Okay, wait. Nakla Global is asking about, what about security? How does it handle security? So, Mr. Rahman, you have been with us for a very long time. Could you actually tell me how we handle our security features? Okay, so when it comes to security, I mean, we have a fully fledged IT team that works behind us. All the data is encrypted and it's coded. So should I say coded and encrypted? So no matter what happens, that data cannot be reached to anyone besides the person who has access to that cloud, which would be you as the attorney. Does that answer the question for you? Would you understand that, or a little bit more elaboration on that would be needed? On. We have another question here. Okay, I think we did answer this. Profeed is asking, my law firm consists of 8 to 10 attorneys and 2 paralegals. How many users can be accessible to the platform? So as we mentioned, Gehi Associates has over 100 employees, and we could access more than 250 employees on this platform without any hassle on it. Okay, we have what people are actually awake today. How does the software handle communication with clients and other parties? Well, that's fabulous. That's a good question. Mr. Rahman, you actually answered this previously. How does the software handle communication with the clients and other parties? You actually answered it as we use the client dashboard where we can communicate with the client, and we have the texting feature as well. That's how it would actually work. It's very basic, very simple. And as I mentioned before, it would take you literally anything between two to 3 hours to actually learn how to use the software. And once you're up and running, you would forget who I am. That's it.
And underestimate the notes feature. You can make contemporaneous notes to memorialize your conversation internally, to memorialize your conversation with the client. So that can save you in if a client ever questions that they told you something and you didn't tell them something. You have everything there in the notes to help you.
That is actually wonderful. I see we are actually running, we have like 5 minutes more. Is there anything else would you like to notify the audience out there about the software that you use, how it benefits the company, and like just something out there for them?
Yeah, so there's just so many features that that I use on my legal software that helps me this on a day-to-day basis. So you had me sign up. So if anyone would like training with Mike, myself, I am available to assist, to show you the ropes. So feel free to contact us and we can get that set up for you.
Okay, that is wonderful. Thank you so much, Ms. Rahman. And for the viewers out there, please follow us on our LinkedIn page and all our socials. We have some fabulous specials coming through this month. And I think it's going to be a bonus for anyone that's either starting up a law firm or looking to start a law firm or is already in practice. We have a fabulous package that's going to blow your mind. So please keep an eye out for that. Or if you need to know about it sooner, call us on 934 Law Tech or drop me an email at mike.mo@mylegalsoftware.com, or you can visit our website www.mylegalsoftware.com, and you would find all our details there. So viewers out there, do you all have any other questions for us? I'll give you all like 10 seconds.